introduction other than Hone Koka, our playwright too, and I'm sure many of you will be familiar with his work, and Murray Lynch, Director of Playmarket, who's been working closely with Hone on to production. So it's over to you, Murray, and welcome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alice.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko tangiti ke o te maunga, ko Rokawe te moana, ko te whanganui a tāra te kāinga noho, ko Murray Lynch ahau. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou. As Dilla said, I'm Director of Playmarket, which is a playwrights service organisation, and Hone is one of our clients, and I work with Hone on the original development workshops of two. I'd like to hand over. Do you want to?
Kia ora koutou. My name is Hone Koka. My family is Ngāti Parau, Ngāti Kahununu, and Ngāti Raukawa, and Clan Campbell from Scotland as well. So, kia ora to you. Thank you, Murray. It's a real privilege to be here, and also a privilege to, again, have work in the festival here, and very much so working on this beautiful novel too by Pat Grace. So.
Kia ora. I thought I'd start by just introducing Hone a little for those of you who are not aware of his work. Hone won the Bruce Mason Award in 1992. He's won several Chapman Tripp Awards for his writing. He's had at least a dozen scripts in production, and they've toured right around New Zealand, some of them several times. They've played in South Africa, Britain, Hawaii, Canada, Australia, and New Caledonia. He's had 2 plays translated into French and Russian. He's published 5 books. He was co-artistic director of Takirua Theatre when it had its own venue. And that was the initial outing of Takirua, wasn't it? Yes, with Colin McCall. Currently co-runs Tawata Productions with Miria George, who is also a playwright, that encourages emerging and established Māori and Tauiwi playwrights. He's been a development executive at the New Zealand Film Commission. He was awarded the Member of New Zealand Order of Merit in 2009. And some of the key plays that Hone has written are Ngā Tangata Toa, which was a reimagining of an obscure Ibsen play, early Ibsen play. The Prophet, which has just recently been recorded for television, directed by Hone. And Waiora, which toured the country 3 times, and which was my first full engagement with Hone, although Hone was at the New Zealand Drama School when I was a guest tutor in 1990?
1990,
yeah. And we worked on a project there, very strange project that was, and a devised piece. And then later I was asked to work with Hone. Hone asked me if I'd work with him on Waiora, which was a commission for the New Zealand International Festival. And at that stage, I think it was 1 sentence long or 2 sentences long or something. And so I was able to follow right through on that process, and that was a very special process to work on. Hone, I'd like to start. I mean, the play too is based on a novel by Patricia Grace, and we'll talk a little bit later on about how you've adapted that. But I'd like to start by asking if you could give us a little short encapsulation of what the story is for those who aren't aware of it.
All right. Very much the way we've looked at too is a story about a family here in Wellington and the effects of war on that family, and it's centred on three brothers primarily, and that was what for me I fell in love with when I read the novel. I actually produced the novel. I was a producer for Radio New Zealand for about 4 or 5 years, a drama producer, and it was one of the readings that I did, and I just thought this would be amazing on stage or in the cinemas or whatever it may be, and so I just looked at it from that point of view. So that's, very simply the story is of a family here in Wellington during World War II and the effects of war on that family and for generations to come.
Can you talk a little bit more about what it was about the novel that really made you think it would make a good play?
It was the heart of the novel is incredibly dramatic. A lot of it is centred in Casino, but also it's the emotional kick that the novel had itself. Even here in Wellington,